Hello, I am Seán McGeough. I am an international award-winning clinical hypnotherapist and two times international best-selling author, and I am here today to bring one of my clients into the spotlight so we can have a quick little chat about her and her results that she has got using hypnotherapy to help work through the physical, mental, and emotional issues that were widely affecting her life due to her fibromyalgia diagnosis. So let me go ahead and bring the wonderful Leanne into the spotlight. Hello, Leanne. I want to thank you so much for coming along today on this wonderful little Zoom meeting to share a little bit of your background and your sort of story and your journey with using hypnotherapy. So hello, first of all.
Hi, thank you for inviting me to be here with you.
Great for my first little client spotlight on YouTube. Absolutely, I had to reach out to you. So, Leanne, why did you seek out hypnotherapy?
Well, for me, I'd always been aware of hypnotherapy as a therapy, but I'd never sort of delved into it. I was a bit, you could say, skeptical as to whether it would work or not. I'd heard a lot about it, a lot of the myths, as many people do. And I kind of put it to one side. And then in 2021, I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I was in a really rough place. I was in a lot of pain. I was experiencing a lot of symptoms. I was having lots of different appointments, different medications, different things that they were doing. Nothing was working. And I was looking for something that was more holistic. I didn't like the side effects of the medications that was causing other problems. And so I got into a position where the medication that I was taking then became very out of stock. I was struggling with that. So I didn't even have medication at one point. And I came across you. And we'd had a little chat together, and you helped me to put those myths to one side and to take a leap of faith, basically, and to delve into hypnotherapy and to see if it could be the solution to my
Yeah,
problem.
great. So it was for your fibromyalgia. So what type of symptoms were you experiencing with your fibromyalgia?
Well, prior to getting the diagnosis, I had started to experience a lot of pain in my body. The pain was throughout the body and it was constant, but it would flare in certain areas and become much more intense. And it would sometimes be debilitating, and I wouldn't be able to do much. It also affected my brain. I was very foggy in the brain. I couldn't concentrate. Extremely fatigued, no motivation, wanting to sleep, no energy. My appetite wasn't there. I was gaining weight then because obviously I wasn't being as active as I wanted to be. And even though I was so exhausted, I wasn't getting restful sleep. So therefore, it was just making things even worse.
Yeah.
And then obviously anxiety, depression starts to set in. And so there was a whole array of symptoms that went along with it. But the
Yeah.
pain was, I think, the worst of them all was the pain.
The pain. Okay. So, and these are physical pains that you were feeling in your body. So
Yes.
prior to us starting, like on a scale of 1 to 10, like I asked you at our first session to rate your pain. Now we'll not go into each and every area like we did during the session, but generally speaking, what level was your pain on a scale from 1 to 10?
It was probably 8s and 9s.
Yeah, whenever we
Was great.
first started. And right here, right now, where would you rank your pain level?
0.
0. Yes, go you. Well done, you. Well done, you. Well done. That's that. I'm so happy to hear that. Um, how quickly did you notice like a reduction with your physical pains?
Um, it was probably about 2 weeks in
Yeah.
that I started to notice a considerable effect. And I was just like, oh my, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's really starting to work.
Yeah.
And it was a great feeling.
Because I don't know if you even actually noticed this, but from 3 weeks, you stopped using the lift and you used the stairs to come up the mine.
Yes, that's right.
Mm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it was those like realization moments. It was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is different. I'm doing
Yeah.
things differently. And it was like lots of aha moments and things
Mhm.
like that. And it was just a great feeling for a
Yep.
change.
Yeah. And what about the change that you felt in yourself? Because you did mention yourself, depression, anxiety, and mental fogginess.
That also started to change probably from about three weeks onwards. I
Mm-hmm.
started to find that I had more energy, more get up and go.
Mm-hmm.
I had things that I wanted to get done. I was starting to be able to be more organized and more clear in my mind about getting things done, and just felt really good about myself. Like that depression was kind of lifting. I was starting to see the light. I was starting to see that that I could actually do the things I loved again, and I felt like I was getting my life back slowly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
You're a
it
whole
had
different person now, like
I
you
am.
really are.
I feel like I'm just learning to be myself again, like the person that I'd forgotten who I was.
Mm-hmm.
All of this, it's all starting to come out, and even newer things are starting to come out that I didn't even expect to come out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um,
Absolutely. I know one
amazing.
of the messages you sent me just in passing was I've been happy for the past 2 days, and if this is what happiness feels like, I want it all the time. I was like, that's just an amazing byproduct from working with fibromyalgia, from struggling with your pain for years, with the physical and the emotional and mental aspects of that for years, to then recognizing, look, I've been constantly happy. I've been feeling good. I'm not sore. What other things have you tried in the past that help alleviate the symptoms?
In the past, I've had physiotherapy various times, which helped in the interim within sort of that day and the next day, but then the pain would obviously come back. Um, it's all good and well saying do the exercises, but when you're in pain, it's not easy to do it. So I never really used to be able to fulfill the exercises they would put out. So I never felt that I was getting the full effect from that therapy. I've done talk therapy with psychologists, psychotherapists, which again is all very good to vent out and to talk about it, but it never really solved the root cause of the problems that I was feeling and dealing with. Um, we did that. I've had medications, rheumatologists, psychiatrists, but again, they come with a array of side effects. So you fix one thing and you bring up another thing. So they've all helped in a little way, but they've never really dealt with the issue and got rid of the issue. It's just kind of kept it at bay, if that makes sense.
Yeah, kept it at bay. Not great, not what I do.
People, really.
Exactly, exactly. And let's talk a little bit about your current results that you've been getting from using hypnotherapy, in particular, being discharged.
Yes, that was a great revelation to me earlier this month. I had my yearly follow-up appointment with the rheumatologist for my fibromyalgia, and we spoke about the hypnotherapy. And I was expecting him to be a little bit taboo about it, because most doctors are. But he was very much on board with what I'd chosen to do and the path I'd chosen to take. He examined me, and all the points that a year ago I would have jumped as soon as he touched me, he was able to touch me and I didn't flinch in pain. And he said to me, he said, whatever it is that you're doing, you need to continue doing it. He said, because you are having fabulous results from it. He said, and on that note, he said, I'm going to discharge you because there's nothing that I can offer you better than whatever it is that you're doing now. So I was very happy with that outcome.
Yeah,
I
I'm
couldn't
very
have asked for
happy with that
better.
outcome too. Like, amazing. In such a short period of time that we've been working together,
Yeah.
you've worked on a lot more, let go of a lot more than you have with, you know, these other things that you've tried. And
Definitely.
absolutely everything has its place. But, you know, it's like psychologists, psychiatrists, like you say, it's just sort of talking things through where even though we've been working with your physical pains with fibromyalgia, you seem to let go of a lot of the issues you were with these other professionals with. And
Yes,
that's just phenomenal.
it definitely is. I mean, you know, there's things that happened within our sessions that, you know, I thought were done and dusted already, but clearly they weren't.
Hmm.
And even that realization that, you know, things, what you think you may have dealt with, you may have not dealt with, and you
Yep.
still need to get on with it and deal with it and be past it. But going to talk therapy doesn't do that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Unfortunately, it just doesn't do that, you know, with the best intentions. Like you said, there's a place for everything. And I
Hmm.
do think they helped me to a certain extent, but I needed different help,
Yeah,
which you provided.
yeah, there we go. You know, we've created the space in your mind to let go of what needed to be let go of in order for your body to heal. And now you're like you're a totally different person from when I first met you, you know, and obviously I don't want to talk too much about your personal business, but your life has changed in multiple different areas, not just.
Yes, in major different areas. I'm on a path that I never thought I would be on right now.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what the future has in store for me.
Absolutely. I'm so excited for that. You're much calmer, you're much more relaxed, you don't get as stressed out. The depression with you is gone, the anxiety's gone, change of jobs, you know,
Yes,
taking big chances, big risks. Your body is fit and healthy, it's releasing weight easily, you're just
yeah,
in a good mood and determined to get to where you want to be. And most
yeah,
importantly, pain free.
yeah, yeah. We can tick that off. It's
Yeah,
done. Done
yeah,
and dusted. It's
yeah.
gone.
You have the flexibility back in your neck. You can move your shoulders, move your back, and the numbness in your hands and arms is gone.
Yeah, don't have that anymore. Nothing. No
Yep.
more tingling, no more numbness, no more, you know, um, having difficulty carrying things and things like that. You know,
Mhm. Yeah.
it just isn't a thing. I don't even have to think about it anymore.
So I'm guessing you wouldn't recommend hypnotherapy to anybody out there.
Let's say completely changed my mindset on hypnotherapy now, and I'm no longer the skeptic.
Mm-hmm. So it
I
is something that
definitely
you would recommend to
would
people
definitely
then?
recommend it. I would
Yeah.
definitely recommend it. And
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't say leave it as a last resort. If you have the opportunity to give it a shot, then go for it. You've
Yeah.
got nothing to lose.
I agree. I work with so many people that are much older than myself, that are much older than you. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way towards these people. And that's my clients, these people. You know, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but they come as a last resort and see so many men, women in their 50s, in their 60s, even beyond, and they're like, I finally feel like I have my life back again. You know,
Yeah.
I wish I had have done this 10 years ago. I'm like, I wish it too. Like, I wish
Yeah.
I had have as well. You
That
know?
would be my advice. Just don't leave it.
Yeah,
Don't wait. Just go for it.
yeah,
Life's too short.
yeah. Well, thank you, Leanne, for being my first client spotlight and sharing your journey and your story and your absolute phenomenal results. Thank you so much for jumping on and doing this.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. It's been great being here and talking about my experience. And yeah, I can't wait to see how things
Well, this is
happen.
it. Hopefully, we'll have you back again in another few months to see what other
You
results
might
you've
do
got.
another revelation.
Awesome. Thank you. They are just absolutely phenomenal results from a client firsthand who decided enough was enough and wanted to invest in her own health and well-being. So if you want to reach out to have a little chat about what I do, my website will be linked below. You can book a free discovery call with me. We can have a chat about your needs, your wants, and what I do, and if we're able to bring that into alignment. And thank you so much for watching this video. feel free to give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone that may find it useful or beneficial to themselves and their own journey. Bye.